here's a manager that we should go and get for the free. Ain't going to cost us nothing. Get him in there. Won the Champions League 2012, managed Villa in 16, and he's now a manager out in South Korea for Hyundai. Who's that?
Don't know. Who's it?
Who that is?
Who's it?
You. What do you mean?
Well,
Do you not know, Jay?
No, who's it?
Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
Oh, shit, what have I done here? Roberto Di Matteo, mates. How are we, lads? How are we? It's Monday. Pray for Madrid is back again. And we've obviously effed up the league. They couldn't be asked at the weekend. Manager completely threw that in the last half an hour. But Jez, how's your Monday, mate?
Good. Yeah, sun's been out. It's been chilly, but sunny. If you know, it's got that wind again. It just takes the edge off it. But yeah, all good, mate. All good. Looking forward to the show.
DJ, how are you, mate?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Yeah, not a bad Monday. I'm just looking forward for the Premier League to finish. To be honest, I'm a little bit fed up about it. So, but we'll talk about that, no doubt. But yeah, apart from that, all good.
Kenny, how are you? How's your Monday, mate?
It must be good, back at work. Looking forward to the Easter break. I'm going to go Ipswich away on Sunday, but there's a bigger game on Wednesday. It's a case of there's one thing Arsenal fans will tolerate. They'll tolerate this season, providing we win the Champions League. I think they will tolerate this season. If we don't win the Champions League, there will be recriminations. There will be podcasts. There'll be anger, anarchy, questions asked, and you won't be able to silence the doubters and silence the anarchy. No matter how many you try, a lot of people are going to find that their explanations, look where he's taken us and look where we are, it's going to probably end up in abuse. We finished second. No, mate. Nah, let's win this Champions League. We have to for all of our sanity.
No, we might not finish second yet, lads, because Nottingham Forest, they've lost their last two games. If they'd won them both, they'd be level. Man City and Newcastle are putting a run together. Newcastle have won 4 on the spin and have a game in hand on Wednesday against Palace. So if they win that, they're 4 points behind us, and they've still got to play us. And we know our record against them, didn't we? So don't be surprised if we don't finish second. And judging by the way this fan base go on, they use league finish to determine success and progress. So if we don't finish second and we don't win the Champions League, it's gone backwards then, based on their own metric. They kept saying 8th, 5th, 8th, 2nd. So if he finishes third, he's gone backwards then. Based on their own logic, isn't it?
100%.
The other thing also, Lee, is that last season, the points difference when we lost to Man City this season is worse against Liverpool.
13 points behind him at the minute.
Yeah, at the moment.
I've got some. For everyone asking where Matty is, he's working. He couldn't make it. Big up Static for the pinned with all the lads' chat links. Make sure you get following them. But I've got some good stats here for you guys. We've had 12 draws this season. These are the stats that the top gooners don't want to tell you. 12 draws this season in the league. Bukayo Saka's started in 6 or played in 6 of them. So when I'm hearing people say, if Bukayo Saka had been fit, we would have been closer and blah, blah, blah. Well, Bukayo Saka's played in 6 of them.
Interesting.
I've got another stat for you. Here's a good one. Here's a very good one. When Saka got injured on the 21st of December, Arsenal were 9 points behind Liverpool. We had 33 points from 17 games. We had drawn 6 at that point. Out of them 6, so Saka's played more than that. Saka's played 7 then. 7 of the 12. Now, if you actually, I see this in George's chat earlier, so I screenshotted it, yeah? So if you double that, that would have been 34 games, 66 points. With 4 to play, based on that. So we would have had 12 draws, which is what we have. We've been shit all season. After 17 games, we had 6 draws. Fast forward, we've got 12. We've been shit with or without Saka in the team. Let's just have it right here, lads. Yeah, I'm seeing people chatting absolute waffle. Yes, Hooks, I'm talking to you, my guy. Yeah, talking to you. Yeah, spreading misinformation on a show earlier with Jules that Ødegaard and Saka have missed games together. You know, if we'd had them both and, you know, they've missed a lot of games together, not individually, together. They've missed 1 game together, guys, and we won it 1 away to Wolves. So the way these fans have like shoehorned all of these injuries in together to make out that it was an injury crisis is a load of bollocks, because it ain't. The fact that we've got Ben White out again, don't look like he's fit and available at the minute. Yeah, it's down to the incompetence of this gaffer at the start of the season. Yeah, by playing him when he needed surgery. Yeah, throwing players into the firing line when they're not fully fit, overworking them, overrunning them. Yeah, and then people wonder why they break down. Yeah, maybe, just maybe, yeah, you should use this squad a bit more. Oh, we can't because we've got Sterling sat on the bench. Yeah. Now we're going to the Bernabeu on Wednesday. And Jez, I'm not sure whether Thomas Partey's in training. I ain't seen any. I don't know if you have, mate. But if he ain't fit and available, Jorginho's not. Yeah, because I think he's going to be out. He looked like he broke a rib or something. Maybe he was winded. I don't know. But yeah, White did play the first 3 months of the season. Exactly. He said, and Arteta said we ain't had Ben White all season. Liar. But this is what we do, guys. But Jez, if we ain't got Thomas Partey,
well, mate, we're a big.
Then what? What do we do then?
Well, let's be honest. Against Real Madrid, he basically schooled their midfield. I thought he was excellent on the park. But if we ain't got him Wednesday night, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Because we know what's going to happen there. Real Madrid are going to come out hard and fast because they've got to score early. And if they score early and it goes in, let's say 1-0 at half-time, we could be in a big trouble if we haven't got Partey. That is for sure. So, yeah. I'm not praying for Madrid, as I'm told to do. I'm praying that Partey will be there and can bolster us through. It's going to be a different game at the Bernabeu, let's be honest. Yeah, they didn't really turn up at the Emirates. And, yeah, but looking at the game at the weekend against Brentford, which I'm sure you'll talk about in a while, yeah, I'm not convinced about it at all. But we need Partey, man, big time.
No, 100%. But in fact, yeah, we might as well start with that and then come to the Madrid games towards the end. I'm also on a watch along in an hour, guys. Atleti play at 8 p.m, but Malaga kick off at 7:30. So we'll be watching that and then watching the Atleti one. But yeah, that game at the weekend, like obviously Kenny, you were there, and DJ, you were there as well, and well, I think you were there, weren't you? He was there.
No, I couldn't make it, but I did.
Oh, of course, no, you had a birthday, didn't you? Of course you did.
I did watch it. I did see quite a lot of it. And
what did you make of it though? Because like for 60 minutes, I was chilling. Me and Matty and Ola, we were just having a laugh and a joke, not really worried. We get the goal. Yeah, they had nothing at all until we scored. Yeah, and then the manager decides to take off Tierney, and take off Zinchenko, who I thought played brilliantly. Yeah, and take off Ethan. And I'm like, what are you doing, mate? None of them are going to play in the Bernabeu, so why don't you just let them play football? Yeah, and I thought he threw that in the last half an hour, and our captain again. Wow.
Well, nothing surprises me, Lee. I mean, it's just another, it's just another Arsenal football match that you've watched and witnessed that's been the same all season. And if we had any decent squad and this manager had any tactical nous, we would be resting players and rotating players and still getting 3 points. Because that's what great teams do. That's what big teams do. It's what City's done the last 4 seasons when they've had Champions Leagues and FA Cups and they've rotated players and still won Premiership titles and still clawed back an 8-point deficit. And we just can't seem to do it. And again, why hasn't he played? Why hasn't he let Tierney play 90 minutes? Why hasn't he let Ethan play? They're not going to, as you said, they're not going to start. So why not give them their game time? I don't get it, because they came off and the game had lost a bit of shape and it lost a bit of momentum, and I thought Tierney was playing really well. I thought Zinchenko looked comfortable in midfield, and I thought he was doing some good things. Looked okay. So I just didn't get it. I don't know why he's doing it. I can probably understand like Saka and that, because he's lacked game time. But as for Ødegaard, I mean, it's just how he's been playing all season, isn't it? I mean, what do you expect? And now we've got injury doubt with Partey. I mean, could he have rested Partey? Could he have brought Partey on the second half? These are the questions you've got to ask yourself if he ain't fit for Wednesday, But I'll be honest with you, Lee. I think the Champions League has got this football club out of jail big time. And I'll go back to what Kenny says. It's all about the Champions League. If we don't win the Champions League, then there's going to be some serious questions answered. And I think at the moment everyone's riding on a crest of the wave, and they're sort of forgetting the Premiership has even taken place. They're forgetting the crap football that we've been watching all season over one result against Real Madrid last Wednesday. Everything else don't matter now. It's as if he's been given a pass because we beat Real Madrid. And let's be honest, I'm not taking nothing away from that game, and I was absolutely gassed about it. But they were two dead ball situations. The goals weren't scored in open play. They wasn't scored by whipping the ball in the box, 1-2s, passing, breaking the lines. They were scored by two individual bits of brilliance. Other than that, it was kind of an okay game, really. I mean, nothing spectacular. And I'm not dismissing it, but you've got to look at the facts. And this is what's getting me. We've gone to Liverpool. Here you go. Here's the league, and they've not even had to get out of bed to win it. They've not had to do anything at all to win it. It'll probably be the most easiest Premiership title any team has ever won in history. And I'm going back to, I can't remember an easier Premiership title for a team to win. And this is down.
Maybe when City finished like 18 ahead of Man U. Yeah,
probably. But even then, they went through a spell where they was under pressure. But I suppose so. But having said that, Lee, that it's just been absolutely horrendous. And we're going to see these games out. And if we don't get a result on Wednesday, the next league game is just going to be flat on its face. I mean, I can't imagine what it's going to be like if we go out if we don't get the job done, or if we go out in the semi-final and don't make the final. But it is what it's been. I'm not dismissing how it's been all season. I'm not going to get carried away with one result. I'll be honest with you, it's been absolutely diabolical all season. It really has, apart from 3 or 4 games where I've actually come out of there a bit excited. Other than that, it's been dead. And people can call me negative, people can call me miserable. But as I said, I'm not here to get the numbers up. I'm just here to face facts, guys. And the facts of the matter is, this manager, these next 2 games in the Champions League, if we get through to the semi, are going to be probably the biggest games he's ever taken part in. Because if he falls fat on his face on this, then I just don't know where we go from here, to be honest. I really don't. But I feel sorry for Tierney. I do feel sorry for Tierney. I don't know why we treated him that way. Wanyeri, as you said, probably could have stayed on. And as the captain, I think we seriously need to look at another new captain next season. And if we do get any offers, I would sell him without a shadow of a doubt. He would go. No problem at all, because I believe there's a better number 10 than Martin Ødegaard in my book.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. What about you, Kenny, mate? You was obviously there. What was the feeling like in the away end? Oh no, you weren't there, was you? Was you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was at a game.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. I got it mixed up with a fucking don't I? You was there. It was Brentford. I was just looking at something else on another screen. It put me off. But what was the atmosphere like, Kenny, in the away end?
You know what? You mean in the away end?
Fucking sleep.
That's right. Don't get it wrong.
Thanks for watching, lads. I'm off.
I've got a story about Brentford fans.
That'll teach me to multitask. I was looking at a totally different page, and it's just totally put me off. Sorry, Kenny, go on.
No, but in terms of the match, look, you know what it's like. It's like like it was like New Year's Day to as compared to New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, everyone's out and about. The clubs are packed. You go to the same club on New Year's Day, and it's empty. That's what the match was like. It was basically just after the Chelsea Fallow show. Nothing was happening. The game was mundane, even though it was a London derby, a biggish game. Everyone at the football club, every stakeholder, and that includes the fans as well, has given up on the title. In fact, a lot of Arsenal fans, even the manager, just want Liverpool to just win it and get over and done with. That is the feeling at the ground. There's not one person. He said it was one person who went up to me. He said, "What?" And that's just one person. He said that if Liverpool lose against West Ham, because he thought West Ham will win, and we win against Brentford, then it's down. Then we can get it down to 9 points, and you never know because we got to go there. I said, "No, it's gone. It's gone. Look at the team. Look at all the fans. There's no passion, no atmosphere. It's just a case of acceptance." And Arsenal just thinking, right, it's a Champions League or bust. And let's not forget, a lot of tickets went on general sale again to members, just like Fulham, just like Crystal Palace in a week's time. And the same with Brentford. I think the only game that's not going to go on general sale is Newcastle, on the basis that it's just because it's the last game of the season, not because it's Newcastle. It's the last game of the season. Everyone wants to say goodbye to the players and the management. But in terms of the games itself, one thing we got to talk about is that I agree with a lot of what you said regarding team selection. Partey had to play a right back because Benjamin White was injured. If Benjamin White was fit, Partey don't play. It's a no-brainer for the manager. In terms of like the other selection, Zinchenko's happy with him. Ranieri needs got a lot to learn because Arteta was having a right, go at him because Ranieri with the ball is fantastic. Without the ball, very, very bad. Very bad. Very bad. There was a lot of passages of play coming down his side where he was asleep, and the manager just had to guide him. And I was watching that, and I said to my mate next to me, Mohammed, and I said, mate, if he carries on like this, he's not going to get many minutes in the second half, and that's what's happened. Ranieri was a tactical thing. Ranieri should have played the whole 90, but it was because of the way he was asleep when they didn't have the ball. Arteta took him off. That was what I saw. In terms of like Saka coming on, didn't really agree with it. But again, just getting some lead in that pencil. It's a defensive partnership. I've been calling for defense. I know you guys probably won't agree with me, but defenders don't need rest. Don't need rest. You're not going up and down a pitch. You're not running around without the ball. In fact, you get more of the ball now. You don't need rest, mate. Saliba and Kivior need to have an understanding. The only way they're going to have an understanding is on the pitch. But the game itself, very, very poor, apart from the disallowed goal. Second half, we're in complete control. We scored a fantastic goal. The way he played, Declan Rice, was going. Declan Rice was low to Matthias, where he burst out in defence and ran towards the Brentford defence. Thomas Partey was like a steam train, putting a great goal, and that was it. The game over. But the trouble with Arsenal, when it becomes easy, when it becomes comfortable, Arsenal become too comfortable. When we become too comfortable, we have two bits of sloppy play, and that's when Brentford got their goal. Once again, it was down that left-hand side. They got their goal, fully deserved, and then we bought on Miles Lewis-Skelly, did really well. But just like Ranieri, it's got a lot to learn. Got a lot to learn, especially when the opposition have the ball, especially coming into the championship rounds of a football match, because again he had some sleepy moments, very, very sleepy moments. So for me, it's one of those games where no one was angry, there was no screaming, there was no shouting. The only passion afterwards from Arsenal fans was trying to combat the Brentford fans afterwards, because the Brentford fans got an escort. I repeat, Brentford fans got an escort towards the station. These are Brentford fans. I mean, the only thing I didn't realise that Brentford, there was much going on in Brentford in terms of anarchy. I thought, all right, they've got to suffer having Sky Sports there, and they probably got to suffer having MJ Coles and one of their their best residents. But for love for me, I didn't know they had that passion. I mean, it was kicking off all sorts. I suppose Arsenal fans objected to the fact that Brentford kept on singing second again on Low LA, but the cat fits. There's nothing you can say about it. And just one more thing about Robbie Mustoe. Very articulate, but please don't kid her. Don't insult our intelligence. Gary Neville's right.
Spot on, wasn't
it? It doesn't matter whether you like Gary Neville or not. Stop trying to, get spiky and crying. And then Terry Flewers as well. He's just trying to get involved. I mean, Terry, mate, if you want to support Arsenal, that's fine, mate. I'll get you tickets if you want. You can leave. You can come and watch us play. If you keep on talking about us, just give me a bell. I'll get tickets if you want. I mean, talk about your own club, trying to gaslight people like us because we think it's been nothing more than a catastrophe this season, barring the Champions League, and that we've gone backwards. I mean, the table don't lie. We were the next cab of the rank in terms of trying to win the Premiership. Man City, if Man City were off the pace, it was us, our turn. So you can't call it anything but us going backwards. So I'm sorry, don't kid a kid and don't try to gaslight fans with different opinions to yours, guys. That's what I'm sort of saying.
Spot on. Over 700 in there. Make sure you get these likes up. Here's a trivia question for you, lads. Big up Riku. Which is the only team that has won a game versus every single team currently in the English Football League at some point in their history? Hint, it's a League 2 team.
League 2. League 2 team.
I was going to say Luton, but they're League 1. I don't think Luton. I don't know. I have no idea. It's currently a League 2 team, so that's way down.
That's one.
Yeah. Preston, maybe Port Vale, Blackburn. Blackburn are champs.
No, it's a current League 2 team, isn't it?
Yeah.
League 2.
That's way down.
Who's on top of the League 2 at the moment? Who's on top of the League 2?
No, they're in the Championship.
League 2.
League 2, yeah. Port Vale, Bradford, Walsall, Doncaster.
Port Vale.
Port Vale, that's what I was thinking. Port Vale.
They've been around a very, they're a very old club.
Not scantily in the League 2.
Yeah, there you go. The answer is Port Vale.
Port Vale.
Port Vale is right. There you go. Look at that. Well, good question, man. Good question. But yeah, I'm with you lot. Like, this season's been an absolute shit show. Yeah, and because of that big victory the other night, everyone's forgotten about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to, like you said, just sweep it under the carpet. This is what they do. This is why we've been 20-odd years without a title. That's why we don't win anything. Yeah, because they just cover it up and throw it. Oh, yeah, just hide that. Oh, it's the ref's fault. It's VAR. Oh, they're trying to give Liverpool the league. Last year it was give it to City. When's our turn then? We're supposed to believe, yeah, that the FA and the PGMOL sit there having a meeting, going, right, we'll fuck Arsenal up this season. Yeah, we'll give it to Liverpool. Then the next, we'll fuck Arsenal up again. We'll give it to Man United. Or we'll fuck Arsenal up. We'll give it to Man City. Why? Why would they do that? That makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. Not only that, right, I see in that Liverpool-West Ham game the other day, yeah, a blatant handball from West Ham. Yeah, Van Dijk's gone up to head the ball on a corner. Yeah, he's missed the ball and it's hit the geezer literally in his hand. Yeah, no penalty. Why ain't Flowers done a whole fucking campaign on that this week then? Why ain't exposed PGMOL rob Liverpool? Where's that? You want consistency, mate? You keep yapping about consistency. How about be consistent and use that one then? Yeah, what about the 2 against Brentford? Yeah, that went against them, against Chelsea. Yeah, didn't get any penalty in that game. They should have had 2 penalties a couple of weeks back in the same game against Chelsea. Didn't see any Howard Webb on the thumbnail. Conspiracy. Why is it only when it's Arsenal? Yeah, it was Ward-Prowse. That's it. Ward-Prowse handballed it. Blatant handball. Yeah, what about the Tarkowski challenge on McAllister? Didn't see any campaigns on that one. Yeah, so there's 2 that have gone against Liverpool straight away because Tarkowski should have been sent off. Yeah, and Liverpool should have had a penalty at the weekend. Instead, it took a last-minute winner, from Van Dijk to get the 3 points.
Lee, you know, there's another person who's becoming a bit of a nuisance, but he's trying to be pro-Arsenal. Keith Hackett.
Oh, so yeah, he's fucking every time I open up Twitter, the mug's chatting.
I mean, Keith Hackett's everywhere. Like they're talking about the Ødegaard tackle and Martinelli. I can only talk for what I saw at the ground. No one on my side. I'm on the west side, so it happened over the east stand. Not one person calling for sending off. Not even as a token gesture. So I'm very surprised that it became something of a talking point on Sky. I was very surprised that Keith Hackett had a lot to say about it because, again, it was a case of us not noticing it. We saw the referee give the yellow card, and that was it. We're happy. We just want to get on the game. So, again, it's another situation where people who want to get traction from our great club, because our fans are very vocal about everything. I mean everything. And it makes great views and great, TV. It's a case of them, having a lot to say. But again, Keith Hackett as well. Respect to him, but he's just acting like Mike Howsey as the PM, as the Referees Association, telling him to do one or something because he seems to be talking quite a lot out of class.
Oh, man said Flowers said he didn't watch the Liverpool game. Of course he didn't. He don't watch most of the games, mate. He just goes off what's trendy on Twitter. Let's just be real with it. Yeah, let's just be real with it. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of all the fucking excuses. And at the end of the day, we have not been good for 5 fucking years plus. And this manager's been here for 5+ years. In fact, we've not been good for before that. However, them 2 managers are no longer here. Yeah, this guy, has not won anything for this will be the 6th FA Cup since he's been here. And he won the 6 FA Cups ago. Yeah. And now we beat Madrid, let's forget about everything. No, let's not forget about everything unless he fucking wins it. Yeah, and then even then, he better fix up next season. Yeah, because if he goes again next season like this and don't win nothing again, let's say he wins the Champions League, yeah? Right, but then he starts next season the way he started this one, yeah, but don't win anything at the end of it, then what? People have going, oh, well, he's got his striker, because I'm sure we'll sign a striker this summer. Yeah, he's got this, he's got that. What's the next excuse? Because they're running out of excuses. Yeah. If he don't win that Champions League, which is highly unlikely, let's be real with it, with the teams that are still left in it. And this is why when I was sitting on a show the other day, was it yesterday? No, it was today. And I was saying Brentford, should be going for the Cups. What's the point in Brentford? They've been in the league 5-6 years now, and they just finished mid-table. They're happy to be here. Why don't they go and have a go in the Cup? Yeah, and then people going in the chat here. But they can't compete. They ain't got the budget. They ain't got this. They ain't got that. Cool. Well, how can we compete with Real Madrid then? Yeah, how did we compete with them the other day then? Yeah, how did we beat the mighty Real Madrid? They all singing, all dancing, fucking champions of Europe. So I know we're not through yet, but let's assume we get through. We're just beating the current champions of Europe. So you're telling me Brentford can't win a League Cup? Come on, it's bullshit, man. Yeah, when people go on about, but nobody expected that to happen. Nobody expected us to be here. So because no one expects it, it can't happen. I'm just fucking sick of it. It's boring, man. Yeah, he better win that game. He better get through on Wednesday. Yeah, and if he don't, mate, just leave him in Madrid. Yeah, leave him in Madrid and take the company card off him and tell him fuck off.
What will the excuse be this time? Yeah, because if he's
Vardrid, that's what they call him. Yeah, Vardrid. Oh, they got a dodgy penalty. Oh, they've paid the refs. All this paying the refs. Shut up, mate. You're boring.
It'll be things like Saka weren't fully fit. We played Party, but he weren't really.
I don't think he is fully fit, DJ.
There'll all be the narratives if we don't get through Madrid. Listen, I'm open-minded about it Wednesday. I'm keeping my feet, and I did on the final whistle against Madrid when we won 3-0. I kept my feet on the ground. I was excited. I was pleased. It was a great night out, and I keep saying it. It always ends up a great night out with Arsenal, one way or the other. But that's as far as it's been for the last 5 years, 6 years. You have a good night out, and then it's all back to square one again. Because what you got to realise is this team has given no fans any confidence going into big games, whether we're winning 3-0, 2-0, 1-0. When it comes to the big occasion in a big stadium, this manager has proven year in, year out that we've failed to get the job done. We've done it against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, and people say, no, you can't compare the Carabao Cup to Real Madrid in the Champions League. It's different. No, it's not. It's a competition. It's a competition that he wanted to win. Arteta's words. Taking it seriously. We want to win this game. The players wanted to win this game. Man United in the FA Cup this season failed. The league, the Premiership, City fall out the window. What do? We failed to capitalise. We failed. Yeah. So let's be honest. We should. And there's any team, I don't care whether it's from Madrid, Leipzig, any team, if you are 3-0 up, forget Madrid, if you're 3-0 up in any competition, there is no way you should lose that game. You should go out of that tie. The fact that it's in the Bernabeu doesn't matter. You're professional footballers and you've also international footballers. You're used to playing Euros, World Cups on big stages. There is no excuses to go out of that competition on Wednesday. So if he does, or it even goes to extra time, if they put me through and they put these fans through extra time on Wednesday, even that would be a sackable offence in my book. There is no way that 3-0 lead should be squandered in any way, shape or form. And if you look at Madrid, they've got nothing to lose. They've got absolutely nothing to lose.
They also know what they have to do. Whereas
they also know what they have to do. So if they pop one in the first 20 minutes and they go in 2-0 up at half time, watch this space in the second half. That's all I'm saying.
The other thing, you can also look at the other side, DJ, because they're going to have to come out hard and fast, Real Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they know they've got to score. They've got to score early. Now, question to you guys is this, right? If Saka was fully fit, and I don't think he is personally, he's jogging, he's not running. I've watched him for the last 2 games, right? He's jogging. He hasn't got that pace that we know he has.
He's ducking out of tackles. He's ducking out of them.
And I don't blame him at the moment. He ain't fit. Now, the thing is, Real Madrid have got to come out the blocks hard and fast. That means potentially we could catch them on the break. Just saying.
We could do. We could do.
He's playing and he's up for it, right? And if Martinelli is playing because he's got proper players, then we could catch him out.
Listen. I'm all I'm saying is it's Arsenal, guys, and we've been here before, and I believe that we will get the job done. But I can't. What I'm saying is, from what I've seen from this team all season, and I've said it before, I don't go into any game confident. Because you never know what you're going to get. And if you get a poor Arsenal performance and the manager's sitting there scratching his head and looking around as if he don't know what's going on, and how many times we've seen that this season, when the team is playing absolutely dog crap, and the cameras are panned in on the manager, he has looked clueless.
He did at the weekend.
Now, can you imagine if Madrid go 2-0 up or even score, what his tactics are going to be? Because he would never. What you got to remember, this manager, whether people think he's confident and he's the next best thing since Jesus Christ or whatever, right? He would never be in a position that he's going to be in Wednesday. He's never gone to a big club, Bernabeu, winning 3-0. He's never been in that position. And if Madrid score, he will never be in that position where the home team, champions of Europe, with all their pedigree, is chasing down a 3-0 lead. He's never been in that situation because people forget as well, this manager is still learning his trade in certain games. He's not a 20-year managerial experience with loads of experience. So he's still learning a lot of things at Arsenal. And you know, you've got to, you just got to look at it as face value. I mean, let's hope it doesn't come to that. But as I said, we'll wait and see, guys. But Partey is key. Thomas Partey is absolutely key. And if he is fit, is he going to be fully fit? Because if Partey's not fully fit and he's playing in the middle there and we're getting overrun, it's up to Arteta then to start earning his money, because, you know, it could be looking behind the sofa, guys. It could be like, you know, oh, you know. So we'll wait and see. But you just, yeah, I'm not. Listen, I would like to be bouncing all over the place. We're 3-0 up and being like most since it happened. Most people that I've seen on streams and everything else jumping through hoops and dancing around. But no, I can't, guys. It's Arsenal. I've seen it over the years. I've seen it happen. And I can't. Yep. Until that final whistle goes, my friends, I can't be confident.
No, listen, we should qualify. But should and actually qualifying are two different things, aren't they? And man said, who's been in that position? Well, Barcelona were 3-0 up against Liverpool, and Liverpool qualified. Yeah, AC Milan were 3-0 up at half time in a Champions League final and lost.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that was to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Barcelona, PSG. Yeah, PSG were 4-0 up and lost.
It's
possible, isn't it?
Look, if it had been any other club other than Real Madrid, we wouldn't be this perturbed. It's because of Real Madrid's reputation, and it's not it's a fully deserved reputation as well. They deserve it. They've won the competition 15 times. This is their competition. You know, they're not going to give up without a fight. They were completely shell shots last week because of the fact that it was 2 set pieces and then we scored a quick third goal. So I understand, you know, why fans are really, really thinking, oh, no, we're not too sure. It's Real Madrid. Mbappe's still a world-class player. Jude Bellingham is still a world-class player. Vinicius Jr. is still a world-class player. They've got that intimidating ground, still a world-class player. And there's referees as well. Referees are going to give them benefit of the doubt. They're going to put the referee under a lot of pressure. And it's not just going to be about trying to win penalties or free kicks from 25 yards. It's trying to get our players booked, get an early yellow card to a key player. So Arteta's got to adjust things tactically. You know, this is big boy football. This is Champions League football. This is why we wanted to be in this competition, and why we wanted to get into the lower stages of the season. You can only ever win the Champions League if you go to Bernabeu and see it out 3-0 up. It'll be scandalous if we do, because simple reason is that even though it is Real Madrid and everyone's scared, the fact is Arsenal don't concede goals. Don't concede more than 3 goals this season. For Arsenal to do it now, it will be one of the biggest. Unfortunately, it'll be seen as one of the biggest bottle jobs ever. Arsenal, the rest of Europe will be marveling about Real Madrid, but people who in the know, people who hate Arsenal and Arsenal fans like ourselves, will find it unacceptable because we can't use an excuse. We won 3-0 without Gabriel. We won 3-0 with a half-fit Thomas Partey. We won 3-0 with a makeshift forward in Marino. So it works both ways. If we lose again, if Real Madrid go through, it's because of a lot of factors. One, they got the best out of their best players, and their best players turned up. They worked the referee really well, but ultimately we just couldn't cope with the pressure, and we're not as good as everyone thinks we are. That's going to be the question, the biggest question for me. Are we as good as people think we are? A lot of people say we're good. A lot of people think we're a great side. Well, we've got to go and prove it. We didn't prove it in the league and in the Cups, but in the Champions League, people tell me it's the most important competition ever, and it means more to win it than the league. I'm old-fashioned. I still think if you win the league after 38 games or 42 games, which was like in 30 or 40 years ago, you're the best. No one can take that away from you. And I still think the league's more important than the Champions League. But it's the Champions League or bust because we're not going to win the league. So I'll take that.
Yeah, well, they I've just looked, I just Googled it, yeah. In European Cup history, they came back from 4-1 down against Derby County in 75-76. Because, I mean, I keep seeing people tell me that we've beaten them there before. So if we're going back far, we might as well go back all the way. They came back and won the second leg 5-1. That was second round. A quarter-final, 1979-1980. They were 2-0 down to Celtic, won the second leg 3-0. 86-87 quarter-final, 4-2 down to Red Star, and they won 2-0. Quarter-final in 2016, 2-0 down away to Wolfsburg. They beat Wolfsburg 3-0 in the second leg at home. So it's done before. They've turned shit around before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen them do this in the Champions League. Like we've seen them do it against Man City a few years ago. Rodrigo off the bench and scored twice in 2 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, the only saving, as I said, what we can be confident about is that our defence has been pretty rock solid this season. It's true what Kenny says, defensively, we've been pretty sound. But then Kivior's got to step up again. He's got to have another good game. He's got to have another flawless performance. Will he get away with a slip like he did in the first leg at the Bernabeu? These are the questions you've got to ask. The thing is, it's got to be absolutely flawless on Wednesday. Whether you're they've got to go into that game as if it's 0-0, because if they start really taking the game to Madrid and start playing to the occasion and start, relaxing that they're 3-0 up and start knocking, going for it, then it could be quite open. And you don't want it to be an open game. You don't want it to be end-to-end in the first 20 minutes, first half hour. You've got to really silence the crowd. You've got to make it a bit ugly. You've got to make it a bit horrible. I don't really care about how we play, to be honest. I don't really care whether it's pretty. I don't care if it's the most boring game that you've seen all season. As long as we get the job done, that's all I really care about. And that's what we've got to do. But if we play to the occasion and we start, we're 3-0 up and we show a little bit of arrogance, then that's when we could get caught. And that I think that's dangerous. I don't think it'll happen. But you have to look at Wednesday's game with an open mind, because what I said is on a game-to-game basis, how we've played this season, what evidence has this team, apart from 4, maybe 5 games of the season, included the Real Madrid result last week, what evidence has this team shown you that they are a great, fantastic team? Because let's be honest, if they're a great, fantastic team, we wouldn't be where we are in the Premiership. There's no way we'd be this far behind Liverpool in the Premiership if we was a great, fantastic team. What I will say, our Champions League campaign has been pretty impressive. And it has been impressive.
Oh, God, I just read that comment. Jesus Christ.
But we've got to get the job done. We've got to get the job done. And it'll be interesting how tactically we go about things. And that's down to the manager. And this will be down to the manager.
But this is the thing. There's people in the chat saying that this is a bang average Real Madrid team. Well, I'd rather be bang average than be super duper all singing Arsenal then. Yeah, because they're currently in a cup final in 12 days. They've already lost a cup final. They're 4 points off the top and still got to play the team at the top. And they're still in the quarter final of the Champions League as it stands.
What's a bang average?
Just because, do you know what a bang average team is to a lot of these people, DJ? Yeah, they're just not good to watch.
What's a bang? Yeah, what's a bang average
That's
team?
all it is.
Because Arsenal ain't won nothing for 5 years. So what's a bang average team then? I don't understand it. Because I've been watching a bang average team pretty much pound for pound at the Emirates. I've been watching a bang average team all season. Apart from the 5-1 against Man City, the Palace when we banged them, 3-0 against Madrid, which was a great performance. Other than that,
Man City,
Villa,
PSV,
Ham,
that's about
Liverpool
it.
in the second half. You know, the list goes on and on and on. I've seen a bang average team all season. So what would you class as a bang average team? I think we're bang average, and our league position is a little bit false because the other teams are crap.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, yeah. Big up LB in the chat as well, man. Bless up, brother. 1 second, my phone's going. My delivery man can't find me. 1 second.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, well, Jez, you were about to say something.
Oh no, I was just reading that comment out, man. That the super chats put in. It's unreal, isn't it? Really. Where is it? There we go. Ibrahim Tayyib Arteta is the best manager we've ever had. Period. How long Arsenal, mate? What, 5 years?
He's been provocative because he knows like the viewpoints of all of us. So he's trying to be provocative, and he wants a reaction from not just from the chat and from ourselves. But like the thing about winning the Champions League, there's a lot of teams who've won the Champions League, and they've had periods where they've looked average. As I said, the Champions League is not a sprint; it's a marathon. Look at Liverpool; they sprinted to first place in the league out of 36 teams. When they got to the last 16, it coincided with them being a bit off the pace with their league form, and that sort of ran into the Champions League, and that's why PSG were a better team than them. So it works both ways. But look at Chelsea. Both times when Chelsea won the Champions League, they were having what I would call average seasons. You know, Chelsea were good in the cups, but in the league they finished sixth when they won it in 2012. In 2021, they finished third, but a very average third. But they got the cup final, lost to Leicester, and then the whole of Europe had Man City winning it until they saw Pep's team selection. So teams who do win the Champions League don't always peak early. It's always a sprint. So an alleged average team will probably go to win the Champions League. You know, Man City.
I hope so.
Yeah, Liverpool. When Liverpool won the Champions League in 2019, I didn't look at Liverpool in 2019 in September 2018 thinking
they weren't blowing anyone out of the water, really, were they? They weren't really blowing
Man City, probably the only team who blew teams out of water in 23, but
they had experience. What I'm trying to say, though, Kenny, they did have experienced managers when they won them Champions League, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You do need an experienced coach.
This is what I'm trying to say. They didn't win the Champions League with a inexperienced manager in that position with a bang average team, you know. And this team is just this.
Well, the Mateo is the exception, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah,
when he won it. Although the caption Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, they had some good players as well. They had some good match winners as well.
But I mean, Eric Ivanovic didn't make the final. They were suspended.
It's going to be tough because if PSG get through to the semi-final, let's say the games go how we expect them to go, and we get PSG in the semi-final. I mean, you know, we've been talking about Real Madrid. And rightly so, because they deserve to be spoken about. But from what I've seen of PSG, they're a completely different team to when we beat them at the Emirates in the Champions League.
That's the equaliser. You know, probably the best, the team that's been called, well, the team alongside Internazionale, the most difficult team to break down, us and Internazionale, against a team that plays free-flowing football. You know, I'm sure the rest of Europe would if it happens, will be rooting for PSG.
The thing is, right, what makes me laugh, and I'm not putting this to some of the people in the chat. Why there are these people that put their heads on the chopping block and say, we're going to win the Champions League. Why do these people do that? Why do they just chill, and see where it goes? Because
do you want to know why, Jezza? Do you want to know why?
Idiots.
Because they've never seen us win anything, mate, apart from an FA Cup. They've never seen us win a league title. Yeah, they might have been born, they might have been living, but they weren't old enough to remember it. Yeah, let's be real with it. When you've got a lot, when was the last time we won it? 2004, 21 years ago. You have to have been about 30. You've got to be about 30 there or thereabouts to really remember it. And even then, do you really remember it? I don't really remember Anfield. Yeah, like, I remember watching it on TV, but I didn't remember. Like, remember my parents letting me stay up and watch it. Yeah, and I was just turning 7 the next week. Yeah, I don't really remember it. Unless you get to about 10 plus, you ain't remembering it, are you? Let's be real.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that it's part of your like. Obviously, your parents don't support Arsenal, but anyone who supports Arsenal, who you respected before you met us, of course, they would have made sure that was ingrained in you. That they talked about it. And I think that's what I call good fans. Good fans always promote the club's successes to the younger fans coming up. There's a guy who asks questions all the time on Twitter about football. He's a Liverpool fan, but he asked me about Man United in the 70s. I'll ask him, and I think that's what a good fan should do. But in terms of like, you know, where we're going, I think what they want to do is just they just want to be able to clip it back and say, right, on April the 14th, I said Arsenal win the Champions League.
Yeah, look at me, I called it first, blah, blah, blah.
And that's the thing, mate. There was some fake shirts going around about Arsenal 24, 25 UCL winners. Whoever wore those shirts, if we do go and win it, they'll be on
they'll be on Sky Sports being interviewed, wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's what it's about. It's a gimmick. But let's face it, mate. If that gimmick comes true, I ain't complaining.
No, let's be real. But this is my point. Yeah, like we was on that show the other day with Ødegaard and Christian on Potts' channel. Them two were so on trying to wind us up. Yeah, after we've beaten Real Madrid 3-0. Yeah, and it fully worked because I fucking fell for the bait, didn't I? Yeah, but fucking I was happy. I was over the fucking moon. I watched the game back again the next day. Yeah, and they were more interested in fucking winding us up, saying, "Well, you never said we were going to win." And fucking what, mate? If you never called anything wrong in your life, Liverpool weren't going to win the league according to Ødegaard. Well, that went well, didn't it? Have I been sat there fucking winding him up all week? No. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, I just look at it and I think, like, surely when you've had that moment the other day, that night, the other evening, yeah, right, surely you should be going, yo, this lot have been asking for nights like that for fucking years. Yeah. So instead of trying to wind them up, yeah, how about listening to what they're saying? Because that's the best night most of these people have ever had supporting Arsenal. Yeah, let's just be real with it. Yeah, let's just be real with it. Yeah, because I'm looking at him like I said, yeah, my emergency meeting. Yeah, I know you were both busy, Jezza. You was obviously out for dinners and stuff like that, and family over. Yeah, but all of a sudden, nobody wants to jump on my emergency meeting on Saturday night. Funny that, because they're all begging to get on fucking Tuesday night. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, we draw to Brentford, and I went live on my own. Yeah, and then Shane and Gun Down and Lion Text jumped on. Yeah, and then a guy called Maxwell, I thought he was an Arsenal fan. It turned out he was a Liverpool fan. Yeah, and then about midnight, Ødegaard jumps in. Yeah, gets cooked by the Liverpool fan and then left.
Oh, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see that.
And the Liverpool fan's American Somalian as well, so he cooked him in his own language.
Oh, dear.
But that's my point then. When Arsenal lose, I still turn up. When Arsenal draw, I still turn up. When Arsenal win, I still turn up. Now go and win a fucking trophy. And if he wins it, I'll be the happiest geezer on the planet. Because for 6 years on this channel, 6.5 years, I've been calling crap out. Yeah? Yep. And then finally I can go, we fucking only gone and won the champs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And we've said it time and time again, if he wins the Champions League, give him a statue.
Facts. Facts.
You know? Because
but it's not to be sitting there telling us that we can't celebrate because we're negative. That's what it is.
He deserves a statue, but no one's having any statues until my George gets a statue.
No, exactly. I was just going to say, though, make sure it's built after George Graham.
Before Arteta. Although,
get George Graham a statue first, and then Arteta.
Tell you what, if Arteta got a statue before George Graham, I swear God, I will go knock the fucking thing down. I'll get arrested for it. Right.
Jez is doing bird. He's going chow, lads.
Imagine it, though.
Oh man! I would take a bloody sledgehammer and knock that.
Jez, I've got news for you. This is the sort of fan base that will demand a statue, even if we get to the final and lose.
Yeah,
because even if we get knocked out on Wednesday, they'll be over the moon.
Remember what you got to remember. What you got to remember. Most of this fan base would class getting to the semi-final or getting to the final of the Champions League and losing as the best thing that's ever happened to them as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, this is the best. Yeah, but this is the best version of Arsenal they've seen, DJ.
And this manager will be praised as the best footballing manager Arsenal's ever had, and we've lost.
And he's going in the right direction. It'll be the first semi-final since 08-09. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it don't matter. All the Wenger, the George Graham, they don't even want to talk about the George Graham era and what that team done and all that. They're not interested in that. Some of them are not even interested in Wenger's early days at Arsenal, and
I think there's depends who it is. It's about the age, though, isn't it?
That's the thing, Kenny. Most of the people that are sitting on the internet haven't seen us win a league title, and if they have, like I say, they were very young. Yeah, so this is the best version of Arsenal they've seen because we went 9 years without a trophy. Yeah, we're currently 5 years without a trophy. Yeah, they ain't seen us in a title race since they were young. Yeah, or not even at all. Yeah, so they're looking at this manager like he's the second coming of fucking Fergie.
Hey, there's a guy called Chris Maluchnik. Sounds Ukrainian, but there's no way Cesc Fabregas is getting any trophy, any statue, whilst I'm an Arsenal fan.
Like Kenny, when he was at the game the other night, Cesc was pitch side. I thought, no, don't let Kenny see him. Yeah, don't let Kenny see him. He was on the pitch.
I'm telling you now, Cesc could end up the new Arsenal manager after this.
No.
It's coming. Francesco Fabregas is being considered for the Leipzig job. So Francesco Fabregas is, without a shadow of a doubt, the next cabin rank when it comes to young coaches. Trust me, Francesco Fabregas is going to get a big job soon. After he learns the trade at Leipzig, there's a job coming to him. And trust me, his family is settled in London. So don't be surprised if a London club.
Has he still got his house opposite the bridge desk? Has he still got that, Gav, do you reckon?
Yeah. The thing with Francesco Fabregas is that he says the right things. For a start, he agrees with me about the garbage that we've been watching for the last 10 years in terms of power-based, possession-based, positional garbage that we watch. He wants football from an ash, which I like, but I still think you're not a good man, says. I was going to swear then, but...
Now, big up Said for the raid, man. Big up Said for the raid. Bless up, bro. Listen, smash these likes up as well, guys. Jez's link's pinned. Arsenal history and more. DJ ain't got a channel or any socials. And Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta's pinned in the live as well. Let me grab these super chats real quick. Edison has 4 assists. Ødegaard, 4 assists. One's a goalkeeper. Creative spark in that. Man City's goalkeeper, who's played less than Ødegaard this season, has the same amount of assists. Great. Well, actually, he's probably played about the same. Big up to you, Iffy, brother. Big up to Dale. Remember Anderlecht. Yep. 3-0 up, 3-3. I also remember the AC Milan game, 4-0 up, and we nearly fucked that one up as well, didn't we? Yeah. Oh, sorry, 4-0 down, and they nearly fucked that one up. Van Persie missed an absolute sitter in that game. It should have been 4. But yeah, there's been a few. There's been a few over the time. Arteta is the best manager we've ever had, period. Maybe you're on your period. I don't know.
Can he give us the evidence?
He ain't got any. He's just trying to wind me up.
Can he compare the trophies to the other Arsenal managers?
Big up him, man. Big up Vedant. Great panel as always. It's weird how much time I spend on your channel considering I'm a lifelong Chelsea fan. Big up to you all. Hey, well, we can educate your fan base on Chelsea if you want.
Chelsea. Wow.
Because we probably know a fuck ton about Chelsea. Well, I know I do, and I know Kenny does. I'm sure the other two do as well, Jez and DJB.
If they win the Conference League, they're going to. It's going to be. They win it. It's going to be very. It's going to be a bit of a dilemma for Chelsea fans. Do they celebrate it with vigour? Do they have a parade, or they just think we won the Conference League and just keep?
They'll celebrate because then they would have done every cup in Europe. They would have completed the set.
They'd have done the whole lot, yeah.
They've done the whole lot then, didn't they? They'll celebrate.
Do
you reckon they're shameless enough to have a parade, though, Chelsea?
Chelsea. Wow.
I reckon he will as well, because that's the new owner, isn't it? If they win that Conference League, they'll do a parade.
I'm not sure about
they should do it as well. Listen, I'm not even taking a piss. If they win a trophy, they should do a parade.
West Ham had to do it because of the fact that, well, West Ham, they haven't won anything since 1980. They had to have a parade. I was actually jealous of them because of the fact
they're Champions League, though, isn't it? West Ham, they're not going to get.
They did it with class, because I thought the classiest thing they did was getting Bobby Moore's daughter to go on a bus. Yeah, that's class. That's class.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mad.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, Chelsea.
Yeah, he said, Fedon's back again. He said, we ain't winning shit with this Championship manager. Do you know what the maddest thing is, right? They should have gone and got Osimhen. Instead, they didn't. Yeah, and they've been fucking around all season, like not being able to put the ball in the back of the net for the sake of a couple of $100,000 a week. Now, if they don't end up winning that Conference League and finish 7th, they're back in it. It cost them more money, by not paying Osimhen to sign for them than it would if they had paid him and he would have got them in the top 4. The amount of chances they created more chances than anyone in the league, I think. They just can't put the ball away.
You believe the first thing about Chelsea is that if any team's equipped to win European competition, especially in terms of like the size of the squad and the fact that they virtually have 2 players for every position, it's them. It's them. If they go to
the problem is they're not that good, Kenny. They still need a top keeper and a top striker.
No, but if this guy spends the money and gets these players, I wouldn't look past them if they were in Europe, because simple reason
why don't we go bin Ødegaard and sign Palmer?
Yeah, swap deal.
Yeah, let's go to Chelsea. Let's go to Chelsea and dangle like 90 mil and do a swap deal with Ødegaard or something.
There's only 2 clubs Palmer's going to. Cole Palmer's only going to 2 clubs, and Lee's going to think, why would he go to that club? He's going back to Manchester to either play for City or Man United.
Or Man U. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Go do a swap with Ødegaard. Get Palmer on board.
I reckon Betis will destroy Chelsea if they get him as well. I reckon they'll hammer him.
Yeah, they're a good team, Betis, aren't they?
Yeah, they lost yesterday. Decent game, though. All the goals in that game were class. But their captain, lost the game and still got man of the match. I think he's got 3 man of the matches in a row now.
Here's a stat. How many man of the matches has our captain got?
I'll tell you since he's been here. Ødegaard's stats.
Because I know Patrick Vieira and Tony Adams and like proper captains were like getting man of the matches like every other week.
Right, he's had 1 player of the month. That was December 22.
2022, 1 player of the month. Okay.
Yep. Where does it tell me on the Premier League website about man of the match awards?
To see how many man in the matches this captain has actually got, because at the end of the day, that's what you rely on, don't you? You rely on your captain getting man of the match and having an absolute stormer, especially for Jay.
See, player of the month, I'm not too worried about. Like player of the month, who gives a fuck really? But like man of the match for your games, yeah.
If you're chasing a league title, if you're chasing Prems and you're chasing cups, your captain should step up and get man of the match.
Why can't I find that on here?
Yeah, I would do some. Perhaps I'll bring it up on another evening.
Player of the month, goal of the month.
I don't think he's had many. He's had none this season. I can remember. I don't think he's had any player man of the match this season.
It doesn't tell me on here.
I don't think Ødegaard has had man of the match this season. Not one.
It just tells me save of the month, goal of the month, manager of the month, and player of the month. It doesn't tell me how many man of the match awards he's got. Doesn't tell me. Let me see if I Google it again. How many man of the match awards does Oh Dear God have? Right. Ødegaard has received a total of 7 man of the match awards across different competitions.
In his time he's been at Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's
Just
terrible.
7.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And he's captain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the end. It's the end of any debate on any.
And that, actually, by the way, one of them's in the Nations League, one's in the World Cup qualification.
There's 5. So he's had what, 5 for Arsenal?
Is that all? 1 second. Let me just make sure this is right. All right. So let's go Arsenal website here. Let's see what Arsenal website says. All right. Player profile. Oh, here we go. I didn't know this was on Arsenal website. So 2024-25. No fucking tell me, man. Why is this shit so hard to find? It's so difficult to find. Yeah, open play. Yeah, Arsenal have actually put this on their own website. Is that all he's had this season? Is 2 in the Champions League, or is that? Yeah, that must be the season.
Yeah, probably.
Right, here we go. Look at this here. Right. So watch this. Right, 31 open play crosses this season. 5 have been successful. This is on their fucking website. This is crazy. Here we go. Pass percentage accuracy by area. 95% pass accuracy when he's in his own half. 79.5% in the opposition half. Wow. He's had 1 pre-come assist. They put this down as a second assist. Yeah, so he's had 1 pre-come assist all season. Creative spark. Oh, yeah, but he does the pass before the pass that gets the goal. Well, he's only done 1 of them. It's on Arsenal website.
But what I'm trying to get people's heads round is, if we're going to go on to the semi-final of the Champions League and we're going to go on to the final of the Champions League, then Martin Ødegaard is going to be a key player in this Arsenal team, because you need leaders on the pitch. You need a captain to even come up with goods.
11 in 189 appearances for Arsenal.
There you go. He's
I'm going to share their website real quick here,
right? Because
this is exactly what I've been telling everybody, and Arsenal website have confirmed it for me. I didn't even know this was a thing, by the way. Yeah. Pass direction. 16.6% backwards, 14.6% to the right, 35.9 to the left. Only 32.9 are forward.
He's under 40% forward passes. Jeez. Yep.
That's embarrassing.
Passing accuracy.
Spinning around. Move out of my way.
9.5%. 79.5% in the opposition half.
The opposition half. 95 in his own half, which is what I keep telling everybody. So now my eye test is now backed up with the stats that are on Arsenal.com. That's embarrassing, mate. That is actually a fucking shit show.
That's your captain. There's your captain.
It's total. Yeah, long pass success rate 65%. Successful passes total. Okay, cool. Successful pass accuracy over the season 87.4. Attack. Here we go. Total shots including block shots 23. He's had 23 shots. He's only had 23 shots all season in the league, including the blocked ones. This guy's a scrub. 2 goals. Minutes per goal, nearly 1,000. It's nearly 10 games of fucking goal, mate.
Wow.
In fact, it is 10 games a goal. It's 10 and a third.
So you tell me. So anyone come on now, right? Anyone come on in the chat now and tell me, or top Arsenal, right? Bearing in mind, I've seen the captains that I've seen over the years at Arsenal, why people are getting on my case saying I want him sold, I want him gone. If you can get 60 mil for this guy, get him gone.
That's this season. No direct free kicks, no goals outside the box, 2 in the box.
Yeah, and I know Dan Potts, bless him. Big up Dan Potts. He likes Martin Ødegaard, and I respect people that rate him. But you cannot deny that this is not good enough for an Arsenal captain.
Here we go. Yeah, 3 clearances defensively, 55.6% tackle success rate. Duels 39.6, 0 blocks. That's because he's always out diving out the way. 3 interceptions, aerial duels 53. He is a scrub. Absolute waste of time.
You know what, Lee? You know, I was on the show with my sister, and I was on a show with yourself, and I always thought, right, he's having a grotesque season, and I'm not going to use the garbage by his standards. I'm just saying a grotesque season, and I said, right, maybe he got a bit of credit in the bank, but what I saw him against Real Madrid, and what I saw on Saturday, I was thinking, nah, this is not bad form.
There we go. Just to confirm that I know I'm fucking right on this geezer. This is last season. Yeah, same stats, right? Same amount of passes there or thereabouts per 90. His long passes. Yeah. Yes. His passing is worse. Better this season than it was last season, but the season's obviously not finished this season. Yeah. Forward passes has gone up a little bit this season in comparison to last season. Opposition half, 81% pass accuracy, 94% in his own. No pre-come assists, no second assist, guys. 10 assists. Oh, his successful crosses were better last season. Key passes, 102.
Yeah, but he's been injured, Lee. He's been injured.
There we go.
But he's not been the same player. He's been injured.
Minutes per goal. Yeah, has nearly trebled this season.
Yeah, terrible. Terrible.
Pathetic. Absolutely fucking embarrassing. 47 shots over an entire season.
He's a number 10. This is what I'm saying. You compare that to a man like Paul Merson.
47 shots, including block shots, over an entire season last season. That's a shit show. He only had 47 shots. That's a joke. Oh. That's an absolute disgrace. Look at his stats. Look. Aerial duels, 25%. Duels, 41%. Tackles, 34%. So he's no good off the ball then either, trying to win it back. I have been telling everyone this, but they don't want to hear it. Let's go to the season before. His stats look good on this one. Oh, no, his pass accuracy is even worse. Long passes gone up a little bit. Average less passes. Oh, look. Only 28% of it. Fucking hell. At least his forward passes are getting better now than they were fucking the 8-point season. Funny that, isn't it?
His assists have gone down.
Yeah. And he's only had 2 pre-come assists in 3 years. 3 seasons.
So where is all this? Where is all this then on Martin Ødegaard? That because he's not had a good season this season because he's been injured and he's not had a bad. If you look at all the seasons on the Arsenal website, by the way, we've not made this up. Look, there's the cannon. There's the famous Arsenal badge. This is on the Arsenal website. If you look at this stats, you tell me why we don't sell him.
Yeah. It's
because
pathetic,
Butler will be looking at all these stats when he looks to see what players he wants to bin.
Look at this. Look. The stats are ridiculously poor. It's an actual shit show. Here we go. Look, it even tells you how many times he's been subbed off. Fuck it all. Hey, big up Arsenal. They've finally done something. He started 37 games. He got subbed off in 23 of them. Says 23. Go that season. General. There's another 13. Says 36.
58 times, and he's been subbed.
Plus this season.
10's 46.
6. That's just league, by the way. Yeah, in fact, we need to go to that season as well because he was on loan on that one. 46. Fucking hell.
There you go.
Fucking hell.
58.
58 times. Oh, actually, he was on loan that season, wasn't he? Not that one. It was that one. 58. Here we go. 9, and it fucking hell. It's been subbed off 63 times since he came on loan. That's just in the league. No, that's just Premier League. What are we doing here? Nah, this is a shit show, mate.
And we're paying him how much? 220 grand a week.
240. Why wouldn't it show me his stats? They ain't got Champions League
240 grand
stats.
a week we're paying this guy with these stats. 240 grand a week with stats like that.
That's an absolute disgrace.
And people say to me, would you sell Martin Ødegaard if we was offered 65 mil? I'd sell him if he was offered 50.
This is when he was on loan. His forward passes was 22.6. I've been selling everybody. This guy is a scrub. Two assists, 0 seconds, and 20 key passes. Whoopee fucking do. Look at the state of this. He had a whopping 6 shots, including block shots, whilst on loan. Yeah, 3 on target. He scored 1 goal.
Yeah,
but don't worry, guys. We then signed him for 35 mil.
Yeah.
1 goal, 2 assists. That's crazy. That is actually fucking crazy. Yeah, that's mad. He's been subbed off 63 times.
But just look at his passing act. Just look at his passing and his sideways and backwards. And
in fact, his forward passes have actually got better each year since he's been here. His forward passes.
When you think he's a number 10, he's the most. He's so-called our most creative player. The problem is, right, Sky Sports will take snippets of what he does in a game.
Yeah, so do Arsenal.
And everyone thinks he's absolutely wonderful. But when you break it down and look at his actual stats, and you look at what he's actually contributed
done in the game, what he's doing in the game, he's not doing anything. Hey, do you remember against Girona, he spun around like Zidane on the ball, and then gave it straight away. Do you remember? Yeah. Arsenal posted that video out, and I even said it. I said some mutant will clip that up, and that'll be out on Twitter. Yeah, that mutant was Arsenal fucking Twitter page. Yeah, they chopped it just before he gave the ball away. Yeah, magical from
they'll show
magnificent Martin.
Snippets.
Yeah, so then if you haven't watched the game, you think, fucking hell, he's balling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a con artist.
You can't. It's on the Arsenal websites. The main stats are there. Sell him. Kim Wright, I'd sell him. He'd go tomorrow, he would.
Yeah. Well, listen, we are going to have to wrap this up because this
number 10.
This Huesca Malaga game starting, and then in half an hour, Atleti kick off. So I'll be doing both. We will be there, guys. But yeah,
Kenny,
we're going to get on that Malaga game right now. But let me grab these super chats real quick, guys. Let me grab these. Here we go. Let me just put that full screen. Bosh. Right. Big up to Kev. Thank you for giving the real Arsenal fans opinions. Don't listen to these mutants. Feel like there's loads of footy left to play in Madrid. 100, Kev.
100. Loads left.
And listen, they don't need to score 4. They only need 3 without reply. Well, if we can score 3 against them, they can do likewise. Hopefully they don't. And I don't think they will without us scoring. But who fucking knows? Who knows? And if I swear down, he better win. Big up, mate. Bless up, bro. Big up Rico as well. Roberto Di Matteo is a better manager than Mikel Arteta. Well, he's won a Champions League and an FA Cup. And he scored in the cup final. Well, it was the quickest goal at that point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Slapped it against Middlesbrough, wasn't it? Off the bar.
Bang.
And then Gundogan's fucking got the record now, hasn't he? Big up to Sally. Van Dijk said the board are working on a big summer. And Slot said they're going to make the team stronger. As much as I don't like FSG, I trust the board to scout properly. And we have money to spend. All right, Sally, you must be buzzing. League title, Salah staying, Van Dijk staying. All the positive signs are coming out of Liverpool off the back of winning a title.
Yeah. Plus they're going to sign noops. Plus they're going to sign players as well.
Yeah, they need a left winger. They need a striker. They need a left back. And maybe a midfielder. It wouldn't surprise me if they're going to do it all.
We'll do your swap with Ødegaard for Elliot.
Oh, fucking in a heartbeat, mate. Yeah, they've got quite a few players they can get money for as well. They can get money for Darwin. They can get money for Diaz. They can get money for Elliot. They can get money for probably get a few quid for Robbo.
Yeah,
they can get a few quid for some of them players, can't they? Yeah, and Darwin will probably go for about 40 million. Somebody was stupid enough to pay it.
Yeah, West Ham or something.
Now, big up Sally. I appreciate the super chats. Thank you. Arteta is the only manager to come second 3 times in a row. That's factually incorrect. Wenger did it 3 times in a row, mate.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's the history of the Arsenal. Yeah. And Arteta is the only manager to win 3 consecutive second. Get out of it. He's on a wind-up mode. He's on a wind-up one, this guy. Big up Riku. I said he's been hooked off 70 odd times at Arsenal some time ago, and you didn't believe me. That's funny. Bro, I swear, 63 times he has been subbed in the league. In 100 and what appearances? How many games he played in the league? Ødegaard. I think it was 189, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Ødegaard. That's Premier League. I think it's 189. Premier League website. That's fucking mad. I can't believe Arsenal put it on there. No, it's played 146 in the Prem. So he's been subbed off nearly 50%.
Excellent. Excellent.
Wow. 63 times he has been subbed off in 146 league games. That is actually a shambles. I've never seen anything like it.
How did this manager make him captain, though? I can't understand it. I can't get me.
Because he's a good little boy. He's a good little boy. He'll do as he's told, and he's on 240.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who the hell gave him 240 grand a week? Gee.
Edu.
Yeah, the clown, yeah.
Anyway, we are going to redirect to the watch-alongs. Always a pleasure, lads. Jezza, what you got coming up, mate? You got anything up this week? Pause.
Thursday night, 6 o'clock, we're going to discuss the great cup finals, the greatest cup finals. That'll be interesting, actually, because I don't know what DJ's opinion on that is. I don't know what Kenny's on that is. And if you can join Lee, if you can, if you can't, we'll see. But I'll be giving my opinion on my greatest cup finals and see if we agree or disagree. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, there you go. DJ, always a pleasure, mate. What you got coming up as well, man?
Yeah, I've got Aaron later on. Aaron talks Arsenal later on tonight. I believe about 9:30. History, we're back with Jez. And then see where we go from there. I will be around, guys. So big up everyone and everyone in the chat. Stay safe and thank you for joining us again.
No, lovely, man. And Kenny, always love, mate. What you got coming up this week?
I've got Jez History Channel more about the cup finals, and obviously we'll be watching the game. And I'm definitely, I know I'm definitely be doing on Sunday. Is going to Portman Road to go and watch Arsenal play. And
cool.
If we lose on Sunday and Liverpool beat Leicester City 2.5 hours later, they win the league.
Shocking, isn't it? And it this when you put it like that, it's own, doesn't it? It's own. What a crap season it's absolutely been.
It has been average. It's been worse than average.
Yeah. And this is a team that finished 2 points behind Arteta, and then he gave that big speech on the pitch after the game. You know,
giving it over my dead body this season as well.
Great big speech over my dead body, and Liverpool can win the league at Easter. They'll be eating their Cadbury's cream eggs with the league title in there. You know what I mean? Honestly, I can't.
Oh, Mr. Sitter.
I can't get my head around it, guys. I really can't get my head around it.
If it doesn't happen on Sunday, then we have to beat Crystal Palace on Saturday. We have to beat Crystal Palace on the week, 3 days afterwards. We beat Crystal Palace, then they'll win the league. And if we get through both games, they'll just go and play Spurs at Anfield and win. And Spurs are awful.
This is why I can't let one game against Real Madrid gloss over the crap and the dross that we've witnessed all season when Liverpool could win the league at Easter. It's ridiculous.
No, facts. Listen, big up to everyone locked in, man. Big up to the chat as always. Big up to the panel. Big up to Jez Djb Kenny. I'm on these 2 watch-alongs now. This is 6 minutes in. Second division La Liga. My local club. Maybe I should fuck off and support Malaga. But Atleti kick off in 23 minutes. They're playing Cole Hein, our goalkeeper who's conceded 70 goals this season.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
And
explaining.
yeah, to be fair, he's actually been their best player, or one of them.
Yeah.
He has made some 6 saves this season, but they can't defend, mate. But yeah, so I'm going to watch that as well. So make sure you come and tune in for that. It's going to redirect. And then tomorrow, I don't think I'm doing the show with Rance. I think it's his birthday tomorrow. So I don't think the show with Rance is tomorrow, but I'm on with a Gale. Again, you know, another preview for Madrid.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, mate, he's going to be giddy. Anyway.
Give your gal them stats from the Arsenal website about the captain. He'll enjoy that.
No, I will do. Listen, bless up everyone locked in. It's going to redirect to the other channel. Spam the chat with Ødegaard raid. We're out.
Bless up, mum. Bless up,
Ødegaard
guys.
out, mates.
Out.
Indeedy.